sponsored program grows, how are you thinking about scale without losing the personal touch that makes partnerships work? So kind of a unique question of just how can you always make sure you're scaling to grow those different partnership portfolios that you have. And I know whether it's these guys on the call or everyone of the attendees, it's a big thing that happens year over year. But yeah, what are some things that you can do to create efficiencies to keep growing that portfolio, but then having the personal touch?
For
Uh,
me, luckily, I think if you ask me if I would be able to manage triple the amount of clients that we have now on Sponsor CX, I would say yes, because everything is kind of scalable. It's just more clients, but kind of the processes are the same, the interface is the same. If we were back, let's say, I don't know, 7, 8 months ago, where we were still half on Excel, half on Sponsor CX before everything got in, I would tell you it's impossible to manage more than we were managing now. So like Sponsor CX has made it completely scalable. And again, ensuring that the salespeople have time to focus on relationships while we manage the back end, they can focus on making new relationships and keep scaling the business. We don't need to hire necessarily more people to manage Sponsor CX because it's super intuitive. We're able to keep everything clean, keep everything organized. So um, don't depend on Excel is what I would say to be able to scale.
and having those all over the place. You're trying to create processes so that you can speed things up for them so that as they do go build out those more relationships or conversations, you can quickly give them any data points or data fields they might need, right? Inventory assets, whatever it'd be. Go ahead on your end, Michael. And I have some questions that we can answer right after.
Yeah, I mean, ours is all about, we're up to 72 partners now. So we're getting up there. And for us, it's all about constant communication. I think it's, one of my favorite spots to look is that activities section when we go into an account. Obviously, I'm fulfilling for most, if not all of these clients. And a lot of them I don't know necessarily where I picked up if they haven't had an activation for 2 weeks. So to be able to look back at an email or at a touch point and not have to sift through my Outlook to see what was my last communication with them, that for me has been a game changer because they're so impressed when you remember exactly where they took off. And they know that we're handling a ton of volume, and to be able to give that personal touch, that personal connection still, even when we're growing as an organization and growing in numbers of clients, it's just a huge advantage for us. And it's a way for me to keep all this activation and fulfillment for all these partners authentic and still have that personal touch points with them.
Organize and then doing your best so you never miss anything because there's nothing worse than at the end of the year if you miss something going
Oh,
back
the worst.
explaining why. You don't want that, right?